Since the war started, how many people have actually left the country? Look at this Sudanese restaurant. Damn, this looks good. It looks like most of the businesses here are vacant. They haven't been open for a long time. Let's go that way because there's literally a river in the middle of the city. A large amount of homelessness, like a lot of drug use in the neighborhood. It's so funny as you progressively get closer to the central bus station too. It's kind of like a black hole that just sort of destroys everything around it. Shalom Chaverim. Welcome back to another video. I'm here with Moshe.
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
Good.
We've come to explore a neighborhood here in Tel Aviv today called Neve Sha'anan. It is also regarded to sometimes as like the most rundown,
Sketchy area type of deal.
yeah. It's not really, but we're here to explore it a bit today. If you've seen my video I made here 2 years ago exploring the central bus station of Tel Aviv, it is how would you explain the central bus station of Tel Aviv?
It's a nightmare.
it's a bit of a nightmare. It's a psychedelic. It's a bad trip.
Yeah.
Or I call it a mole on society in the Middle East. It is one of the worst places I've ever been to in Israel. But there's a neighborhood that sort of leads up to this area, which is home to a very diverse group of people. There's people from all over the world, especially immigrants. This is like a neighborhood where people are introduced to Israel from. So people who come here from Ethiopia, from all parts of Africa, from South Asia, Southeast Asia, they move to this neighborhood a lot of times. And this is sort of the street leading to that area. We don't really know what to expect. We've come with one goal. We're actually looking for a particular thing that we want to cook with in one of the Asian stores inside of the central market. But the rest of the time, we just kind of want to show you what's up. Want to show you the area, so you guys can get a look at what this neighborhood looks like. It's so funny as you progressively get closer to the central bus station too. It's kind of like a black hole that just sort of destroys everything around it. This is good to know. Alan, okay. Oh, perfect. This is definitely Thai, huh? Aroidi. Cool. Well, some great stuff in here. Oh, it smells so good in here, no?
Lots of spices.
Yeah, you got a lot of Filipino food and stuff. Ooh, can we make mochi from this? This is what we can make mochi out of. Like this is the type of rice you can grind up.
Yeah, you need to grind.
See, there's tons of little markets similar to this where they sell all kinds of ethnic foods from different countries. That particular focus was probably South Asia. There was lots of curry spices and all kinds of fun little Indian or South Asian delights in there. But again, you know, the neighborhood's quiet. And as we get closer, I'll show you, there's a very unnerving, very uneasy feeling that you get, especially when you arrive here at night in Tel Aviv. This neighborhood plus the bus station has supposedly been rumored to be destroyed or taken down for years now, like since we were kids. And it's never happened. And in my opinion, it's sort of the cause of all of the feeling that you get here in this neighborhood. Well, we're about to get close. I'll show you guys. So you can see this is a construction for the light rail in Tel Aviv, kind of like the subway that's connecting in this whole area. So all of this is going to be some sort of light rail train system that goes across the city. It connects actually further south now, but there's only one line. This is as of 2024. But supposedly 2026, 2027 and beyond, the city's going to get a major upgrade for a light rail system that will cross the entire city. Let's go that way because there's literally a river in the middle of the city. Oh my god, it reeks. Wow, that's a bad smell. Yeah, it's rainy season here in Israel now too, so everything's kind of flooded. And I guess in areas like this neighborhood probably don't care for it as much. It's a different world out here. It's straight up. It's a different world. It's like not being in Israel. But then it's so funny because you can see, because there's such a lack right now in housing in Israel, especially in Tel Aviv, you got like buildings like this, like brand new Actually, when me and Moshe just moved back to Tel Aviv, now we were looking. This was the first neighborhood I was looking for us to get an apartment in, because it's supposedly a lot cheaper and you can get better places. But even here, it's getting expensive in buildings like that. This is the dreaded central bus station of Tel Aviv.
Brings back memories, huh?
There's a certain feeling that the building gives you when you're in its presence. It's very designed. It's almost designed like a. I forgot the building design. Maybe you know. It's
like a stadium?
Not like a stadium. There's like a design that in the Soviet Union they designed buildings to make it feel like oppressive to the people. What? Whoever is in the comments will know. You'll know what I'm talking about. It's an actual architectural design. But that's what this building looks like. This is it. I don't think we can actually enter from here, but I've never been down here. It'd be interesting to see. Yeah, that's a little bit of what we're dealing with here. We're gonna enter the structure today. It's a maze. It's terrifying. It's the worst place I've ever been to in Israel. Should we check out this Indian store, Taste of India?
Sure.
Just curious. Oh my God! Look at how many different curries there are. That's crazy. Excuse me. You have a korma curry?
Yeah.
Korma?
Kurma?
Mix? No. No korma. Okay, thank you. Yeah, you can see in this area down here there's homeless people sleeping just under the buildings. We're gonna find the entrance now and get in here. Here we are. Here we are. We've entered. How does it feel to be back?
It's still got that creepy feeling.
Well, the camera is like not only is it doing it justice, it's making it so much creepier. The camera is making it look completely green in here. But this is what the sort of central concourse of the central bus station looks like. Alan, we're heading to an Asian food store. I'm not going to do a major focus by any means on the central bus station today. I've made a whole other video if you guys want to see where I explored this place in depth about 2 years ago. Right now we're just going to be looking for this Asian store to see if we can find this certain thing we're looking for. But you can see this is what it looks like. It's so creepy. It's horrible. It's horrible.
It has this eerie feeling that every step that you take, every turn, it's just like...
You just consistently feel like you're going to be attacked in here. That's what it feels like. Right there, the center of it, there's even a McDonald's in here somewhere. But this is the center area. You can see there's like fresh fruits from all over Asia. There's like an Asian farmer's market in here. Pretty incredible, actually. See that?
That's actually pretty cool. I haven't been here.
Dude, you know what? We never even thought about coming here to get salmon. It could be a lot cheaper to buying things here. Veal legs? Wow. But you know, this is like a rare place in Israel where you can get pork. See that pork shank? And that's Filipino. It says baboy on it. So this is what we've been looking for. These are little soybean curds. They're like a Chinese, it's like a tofu thing. It's so freaking good. It tastes like real meat. And there's something I want to cook this week with it. So that's actually what we've come here for. God damn. What do you have to say about this? It looks like this is actually like the hole to hell.
Down there?
There's something down there. There's also shoes and like somebody's obviously been sleeping here. It actually looks like if this was the journey to hell, this is the journey to hell. It looks like a market. It looks like where fresh fish and meat were. And you can see the doors here all open at one point. So it kind of let fresher air in. But yeah, it's weird. Last time I was here too, it's like kind of abandoned. Where as the classic tale goes with the Tachana Markazit in Tel Aviv, we're now trying to find our way out, and of course, lost. It's just the reality of this place. And then you always find different alleys. Like, we should take that one. Let's just see where that goes. Again, I don't mean for this to be a video about this place particularly, because I've already done one, so I highly recommend you go watch. Now I'm actually just trying to find an exit. Look to your left. And we'll go this way. Oh, I know this place. If you look over this ledge, it's very creepy as well. It gives you the heebie-jeebies. Yeah, imagine being down there right now. You want to go down there?
Can.
I don't want to. I'm okay. Look at the insane construction of this place. Elevator, wall, bathroom, shelter, and stairs. It's like so crazy here. Solid, man.
Yeah.
We made it out. Another successful adventure into the Tel Aviv Central bus station. I don't know how many more years I can keep going in there before it becomes a problem. It's snack time, guys. There's always a bit of food in a traveling cloud adventure. So we looked up a little Nepali restaurant. We're fixing for some momos. If you guys don't know what momos are, they're South Asian dumplings, and they're really, really delicious. So we're gonna look for this Nepali restaurant, see if we can find it, get some momos in our stomach. This looks like another one of these high streets here in this area. It's got everything you need between Thai massages to shoes, cell phone stores, where you can send money back to different countries, as you can see there. We're looking for Nepal. Actually, this is a part of this neighborhood I've never been to before, you know? I never went down the street. Interesting. It's sort of like a tight street. It's a lot of different businesses and building places along the way. Look at that. Yeah, it looks like a full-on Chinese... Maybe it's a Chinese mobile shop?
Yep.
I thought it was food for a second. It's really like a different country when you're here all of a sudden.
Yeah.
This is not like typical Israel at all. It's actually super cool to see this amount of diversity. Obviously, you see a lot of diversity within the day-to-day in Tel Aviv and Israel in general, because all the Jews that are in Israel from different backgrounds, so everybody looks different. But here, there's like a clear sense of non-Jewish diversity, and that's really cool. Oh, here, this is definitely a shop from Nepal or something, no?
Where?
Right here on the left.
Sure, it just looks like a bunch
Maybe not, actually, never mind. It looks like it's a bunch of old city from Jerusalem stuff. There's so many shops to explore, though. Like, so many things to go in here. Like, let's go in here. What is this one? I can't even... Oh, they got pancit. That's important. This is me and Moshe's favorite. So here you got some sort of... Oh, Sudanese restaurant. There you go. And another Asian store here. So you got Filipino-Chinese combination. Sudanese. Down there was like a super authentic looking Chinese restaurant. So much more. Those of you guys who are wondering what's the actual name of the neighborhood, this is it. Neve Sha'anan. Established in 1925. That's the name of Shchona Tel Aviv. Means like neighborhood in Tel Aviv. Street signs everywhere sort of signifying it. I think that maybe also like general Israeli society doesn't appreciate it for what it is as much yet. I think it will come in the future. But it's definitely a little bit rough around the edges right now. That's for sure. Yeah. Super hipster Tel Avivim that live in, the areas that we're staying by, in the Tzedek and Yafo and whatever, where it's super expensive now. They won't be able to afford rent.
At some point,
they're going to have to move into these areas. And here it's going to be super cheap. And they're going to basically... I think gentrification doesn't really work in Israel because nobody's kind of from here, except for the ethnic Palestinians that people like to claim. But it's going to be this like sort of second wave of gentrification. It'll be very interesting to see how this neighborhood develops. But there's no doubt in my mind that at some point this place is going to be super expensive and sort of overrun with city people.
I don't know. I just hope they do something nice with it. There's so many good food, so many I don't know. If you're supposed to get like authentic food,
this looks like it.
This looks like the most authentic you're gonna get.
We're not eating particularly two reasons. One, me and Moshe are on a super tight budget right now, so we're eating a lot at home. But also, we ate before we filmed, so we're not necessarily hungry right now to come eat. But definitely seems like, especially if you're coming from if you're coming for East African food or Southeast Asian food, South Asian food, this looks like the place to come and eat.
And the one Chinese place that we found.
And the one Chinese place, it looks like it would definitely be delicious. They got some cheap prices, It's really not too pricey out here for anything.
In the Khanam in the train station,
yeah.
Not train station, the bus station, there were shirts and stuff for going for 10 shekel.
10 shekel shirts, that's rare, yeah. Again, we're kind of being part of the problem right now by endorsing people to come here.
Yeah.
Oh, a shawarma place. Which way do we go, Moshe? The world is our oyster. Look at this Sudanese restaurant. Damn, this looks good.
Fish with rice.
Oh my god, that looks. I've never had Sudanese food. That looks really good. All their logos and everything looks amazing too. Love it.
Have to come back here next time.
We gotta come back here. I want to try Sudanese food. I've never had it before. And then there is a big population, especially in this neighborhood, of people from Djibouti, Eritrea, Sudan, and then Ethiopia. So a lot of East Africans come here to this neighborhood specifically because it's I don't know how to say the word shikum in English. It's like the sort of assimilation neighborhood. Like people move here to become assimilated into Israeli society when they come from different countries. Yeah, this area is real rough around the edges. You were saying earlier?
I was saying that I think, no quoting.
Hypothesis.
That there's prostitution around this area, within like the corners here and there.
Yeah.
And there's always like police around the area. Maybe.
It would make sense. It looks like most of the businesses here are vacant. They haven't been open for a long time. I was also wondering, maybe you know better than me, Moshe. When it comes to bomb shelters, like when Hamas is firing rockets at Tel Aviv, where do these people go? There's not many bomb shelters around.
Usually there's centralized ones. You'll have to look on the map. Usually on Google Map now they have like a little button where you click and it says like a bomb shelter.
Yeah.
You click that, it'll show you all the ones near you. I'm almost positive that they have to have one. Like mandatory to have one.
I'm sure they have one or a few, but like one thing I'm noticing, they're definitely not frequent. Like there's not a lot of them. And the second that I'm noticing is there's a lot of dilapidated looking buildings. Like there's a lot of buildings. Well, that building looks like it straight up has bullet holes in it. But there's a lot of buildings here that look very rough around the edges that if they were to get hit by a rocket, it could be very devastating if anybody was in the surrounding area. So interesting to note that the area itself is not in really great condition. Oh, a little wobbly. I just want to show a clear distinction too. You can see this is sort of the more urban development of Tel Aviv. Newer buildings, new construction. And you can see here is the border of Neve Sha'anan. All the buildings are very low. A lot of stuff is still rough around the edges. A lot of buildings look like they're peeling or breaking. So you can see there's that clear distinction between the neighborhoods here. Second you enter Neve Sha'anan, we're like kind of on the border on the exit of it. That way would have been the central bus station. That way is the street, that high street we just walked on. And then you can see the sort of skyscrapers of Tel Aviv surrounding the area, that newer construction. But then everything in here still sort of destroyed and rough around the edges. You know, it gives a neighborhood character. It gives the neighborhood some grit, some magic. Nothing bad about it. Moshe did note this really beautiful building.
Yep. And
there's a nice aroma of a very pungent piss as we're standing right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a very beautiful building for the neighborhood. Again, this is a very classic Neve Sha'anan sort of look. This is it. There's a diverse amount of people walking around, some destroyed buildings, some art. It's a classic facet of this neighborhood. Chaotic, and there's a wholesale Indian market right here. Taste of India.
Is that to you?
I don't know, man. Van with some Eastern Europeans, Slavic speaking, in a blue van. Very interesting. Look at that dragon home. I must wonder in my brain as well. I'm thinking like since the war started, how many people have actually left the country? That has made the neighborhood look a little quieter than usually is. It looks like this is a warning from the police of Tel Aviv in Chinese, in Mandarin, of somebody who works at Oshi Oshi sushi place. Some sort of warning, I think. I can't read the Mandarin. Can you read the Mandarin?
Yeah, I got you, man.
He's got pictures of him on the security and stuff. Interesting. How would you sum up your time in Neve Sha'anan?
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. It's a fun experience. It really is.
It is a fun experience. I wouldn't be like hesitant or scared to come here by any means, especially if you're a tourist. I think it's interesting. I also think if you're a tourist in Israel, it's probably the least interesting thing that you could probably find if you're a tourist, because you're in Israel and it doesn't feel like Israel. Yeah. But maybe for people who have been living here who haven't been here before, who have only been to the central bus station, take a walk around. The neighborhood's interesting. There's lots of interesting characters. There's lots of interesting things to see.
Food as well. Who knows what's good and what's not good?
We haven't tried
It's, like,
anything,
untouched.
but yeah, there's a lot of food there that looks very good. The one thing that I will say that is sort of like a blemish on the whole place is a large amount of homelessness, and you end up feeling bad. You can see there's like a lot of drug use in the neighborhood, and it's sad to see it, but it's out of our control, you know. Hopefully things get better here in the future. We'll see you guys next one. I love you a long time. Goodbye, Klats.